Since winning the Fortnite World Cup 4 years ago, Bugha has evolved quite a lot as a player, and still to this day he's playing very well competitively. But what's also evolved is his settings. Over the years, those have changed quite a bit, as well as his setup too. He no longer uses these peripherals. Back to his new settings though, his resolution is still on 1920 by 1080, that's for native res. His rendering mode is on performance, which gives you the most FPS. His brightness and colorblind modes are on the default. His view distance is on far, which allows you to see items a lot further than the other ones, and his textures are on low. As for his disable pre-edit option, that is turned off, and he's got auto-confirm edits on edit, which is basically edit on release. His HUD scale, he's got the reticle ammo indicator turned on, which adds a little ammo indicator. His damage numbers, I believe, is on list, which is manually listing all the damage dealt. His reticle damage feedback is off, and his damage numbers scale is on the default, along with his HUD scale being on 75%. His audio sliders are on the default. He's got the sound quality option on high, and I also believe he's using visual sound effects. As for his updated sensitivity, he's got his X and Y both on 6.3%, his targeting on 30.3%, and his scope on 39.2%. Building and editing sensitivities are both on the default 100%, and all of these are on 800 mouse DPI, 1000 Hz, and he's also got his window sense on the default, and mouse acceleration is disabled. He's using the custom diagonals. He's got his forward diagonal angle on 70, his strafe angle on 90, and his backward diagonal angle on 135. As for his keybinds, his movement is default, with sprint being on mouse button 5, auto run being on the equal sign, and his crouch on control. His reload is on R, his use is on E, his harvesting tool is on 1, and that goes all the way down to slot 5, which is on number 6. For his building, he's got his wall on X, his floor on V, his stairs on C, his roof on left shift, and his trap on T. And finally, his repair is on J, his rotate building is on G, and his building edit is on F. Moving on to his setup, here is what his current or last updated setup did look like on screen. That features the Logitech Superlight 2, the SteelSeries Apex Pro 10 keyless, the Zowie G-SR-SE, the EPOS PC38X, and for the monitor, I believe that's the new Asus ROG Swift, as he does partner up with Asus quite a bit, and that monitor has crazy low latency. Moving on again to his PC specs, his CPU is the Intel Core i9-13900K, GPU is the Asus Strix GeForce RTX 4090, RAM is DDR5 6800 MHz 32GB sticks, SSD is a 2TB Samsung 990 with the 2TB Western Digital 850N. Moving on, here are some additional settings you should be using to increase your FPS and lower your ping. So starting off in the Epic Games launcher, you want to head to the top right into the settings, then scroll down to where it says desktop notifications, and simply disable show free games and show news and special offers, as these can cause FPS stutters when they're pushed out, so it's best to disable both of them. After that, you can scroll down slightly and open up Fortnite. You can tick the additional command line box, and you can put in these 3 different commands if you'd like, although I have heard that they don't actually do anything this season, but I like to just try them anyway. Next, in the library where you see Fortnite, click on it and then go into the options, and inside here you want to uncheck high-res textures for a slight FPS boost. You want to uncheck DirectX 12 shaders, as we're going to use performance mode, and I also recommend using the pre-downloaded stream assets, as this can help you big time with ping. You can also go into the Epic Games launcher folder on Windows inside that engine file right there and actually paste in this command that I'll have in the description below. And what this does is it increases your download speeds on the Epic Games launcher, so you'll download game updates way faster than before. Next, on your desktop, press Windows key and R, then type in %sign local app data. Then you want to press F, scroll down until you find Fortnite game, and this right here is what we're going to be resetting. We're essentially going to delete it, but if you're a bit worried about that, you can make it back up, but I'm just going to go ahead and go straight for it and literally press the delete button, and just like that, it's been deleted. And the reason for this is it gets rid of all the old outdated files and replaces them with brand new ones. If you scroll down to the Fortnite game folder, you'll see it's reappeared with brand new fresh settings. settings. Just go inside of it, then go into saved, then config, then Windows client, and here is your fresh game user settings config file. So if you slowly scroll down until you get to these global illumination quality settings, you want all of these on 0. Just change them from 1 to 0. Another thing I recommend disabling is the energy saving modes. Apparently these can give you a slight FPS boost, so you want to change both of these to false if you can. If you scroll down, you will find the scalability groups. Now the resolution quality, I do highly recommend using 100, as this will give you the best quality. Some people do lower this value slightly if they want more FPS. View distance I talked about earlier, I like having that on a higher one. And then for all of these settings right here, they should be on 0. So for shading quality, go ahead and turn that off. Same with foliage quality. And then you want landscape quality off too. I believe that's a new setting. But all of these off or on 0 should give you more FPS. After, don't forget to click file and then save. Oh, as well, inside the Epic Games launcher, I also like to verify the files to make sure these are all good for the brand new chapter. Next, we've got the best Windows settings. Inside the control panel under the privacy setting, you want to uncheck all 4 of these right here. Then if you go into the background applications, you want to simply uncheck all these and stop them from running in the background. After that, in the advanced system settings, go under performance, then under visual effects you want to adjust for best performance and then tick these essential settings on screen. After that, I like to go into the device manager under high precision event timer, and some people say that if you disable this it can boost your FPS. It's something you should try, and if not, just re-enable it. I also like to go into the run box and type in temp. I then like to select all of these and simply delete them. I do this again with %, temp, %, and yet again with prefetch. Also, while the game is running, I press Ctrl Alt Delete, go into the task manager, and then find Fortnite, right click on it, go to details, then right click on the top exe, set the priority from the default normal to high. Oh, if you go into gaming too, specifically under the game bar, you want to ensure that that is turned off, as it can give you micro stutters. As well, in the search, if you type in power plan, click edit power plan, then change advanced settings, you'll notice by default it's on a normal power plan. Instead, you want to change that to high performance, which as you can imagine will make it perform at a higher level. Next, we've got the best Nvidia settings. Now straight away, I recommend using the latest driver. It's something Epic Games themselves recommend. Alternatively, you can use an older driver like any of these legendary ones on screen. After that though, if you go inside your Nvidia control panel, then click use advanced 3D image settings, then simply use all of these that have been optimized on screen in this video right here. Next, we've got the best network settings. Straight away, you want to update your network drivers to make sure these are the latest ones available. Then want to go into your network settings and basically set them up like I've got on screen. These are essentially the best network settings you can use. Just make sure to copy one for one what I'm using on screen right now. After that, you can use the lowest ping DNS server, which Epic Games themselves recommend. Just go into your network settings as shown on screen. Then in the DNS section where you put the address, you can put in a custom one. And to find out which one is the best one for you, you can use DNS benchmark, or you can type in this command on screen inside the CMD. And that right there is all of Bugha's updated settings for 2024. If the video helped out, feel free to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and use my code in the item shop. And be sure to check out any of these other videos before you do go.